For my expectation was like, when I finish uni, I'm just gonna get a job straight away.
Yes.
But I've had a lot of friends, who are ahead of me, and that's not working out for them. Like, that was their expectation as well, and they still struggle to get a job. So We're gonna probably do something that's never related to your degree just to actually get you to where you're going, kind of thing.
And how long, like, let's say, kind of in aggregate, or maybe an average time that your friends have been waiting for to get a job?
I have a friend that's been waiting for over a year now, more than a year.
And then when did you first realize, or have you realized, that your CV wasn't telling the whole full story of your growth, your intelligence, your skill development, and that kind of stuff?
When you're in the era of social media now, there's a lot of things you can just go online and you see. So I came across a video, this guy that got a job at Google, and I looked at the CV and I was like, my CV is child's play.
So I got a video for you, and that is the last part of the interview. And so it goes like this: the more you have of it, the less you see. What is it? Welcome to Voices of Career Reality, the show where we cut through the highlight reel and talk about what building a career actually looks like. No polished success stories, no overnight wins, just real people, real decisions, real moments of doubt and breakthrough, and the honest conversation about what it takes to find your direction and grow in it. I'm Annalisha Noel, founder of Achiever OS, and someone who built my own career map from scratch because the system wasn't designed to hand one to me. This show exists because that experience isn't mine alone. It belongs to every ambitious person who was never given the tools, the clarity, or the proof that they were on the right path. Every episode, we sit with someone whose voice in careers has a different perspective, in the hope to bring value to your career journey. This is Voices of Career Reality. Let's get into it. My guest today is Prosper Onyiwe. He is a business technology student at Manchester Metropolitan University, founder of CH Prosperity Limited, and a community leader. Prosper is also a founding ambassador of Achiever Meter, which means he's not talking about the student career experience in theory, he's actually living it right now in real time. And he's been using Achiever Meter to help him to build his career and record his achievements while completing his degree. Prosper's story is definitely worth your time today, because he's going to speak honestly about what it actually feels like to be a student, trying to figure out how to be career ready, but also the kind of topics that no one likes to speak about as a student. So if you're a student or a graduate or someone who remembers exactly what it felt like to be in that moment, this one is definitely for you. So Prosper, welcome to Voices of Career Reality.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Lovely. So firstly, the expectation. What did you think was going to happen or when you graduate? Yeah.
It's something like you can't put into words, because I think people have different routes. For my expectation was like, when I finish uni, I'm just gonna get a job straight away.
Yes.
Well, I've had a lot of friends, who are ahead of me, and that's not working out for them. Like, that was their expectation as well, and they still struggle to get a job. So, Of course, my expectation is that when I step out, is to get a job straight away. But now, I also have like another expectation that I need to also be ready, that it's not going to be like that. We're just going to come out and going to get that job straight away. You're going to probably do something that's never related to your degree just to actually get you to where you're going, kind of thing. So,
like that is a really good perspective to have very early on as well. And how long, like, let's say, kind of in aggregate, or maybe an average time that your friends have been waiting for to get a job?
I have a friend that's been waiting for over a year now, more than a year. And
the statistics do say that, actually. They say students can wait up to like 6 months to a year, or even a year and a half, to actually get that first interview and sometimes get that job. So, yeah. So, of course, that's what Achiever Meter is built for, to help you to prepare way before that final graduation, so you know how you stack up against the market, so you're more future ready rather than being another graduate that doesn't know where they stand in the market. So yeah, great stuff to have that perspective from early. And then when did you first realize, or have you realized, that your CV wasn't telling the whole full story of your growth, your intelligence, your skill development, and that kind of stuff?
When you're in the era of social media now, there's a lot of things you can just go online and you see. So I came across a video, this guy that got a job at Google, and I looked at the CV and I was like, my CV is child's play. My CV doesn't tell nothing. If I was gonna give it a grade of 100%, I would say it gives 20%.
Wow, that's a massive difference from being
20%.
career ready.
Yeah, 20%, because his CV was going in detail, projects after projects. He was talking about the things he's done, the achievements he had. And the template we have in uni, they will tell you start with your personal info, then go to your experience. The experience is so little, then go to your achievements, then go to hobbies. They ended there. That is child's play. When we're talking about major firms, they're not going to be I think now I went to Salesforce not too long ago, and they were talking about how they don't even look through the CVs. They literally just they have an AI that checks, they go through everything. Keywords, exactly. And when those CVs out, so they don't even read it. They just look for those keywords. If it's not there, it's gone. And I was
that is really bad, actually, because it does kind of throw a lot of it throughout the, baby with the bathwater, because just missing some keywords doesn't really tell the full story of, what someone's capable of. And that's why, in fact, at Achievement Meter, we're building career proof, that it captures everything that a CV doesn't capture. And in fact, when you go out to the market, you do have employers or even recruiters telling you 2 to 3 pages max. By the time you've put your personal statement and you've put your education and the experience, you can't really capture all the things, because even, being, you're doing your own business, that's a huge skill set in its own, entrepreneurship and understanding how to run a business. Even being an ambassador, that's leadership skills, and being able to create sort of marketing content. There's so much skills that you can capture that's just not black and white on the CV. And so we're hoping that Achievement Meter does do that for students or even professionals, create that kind of coherent view of your skills, your experiences, and all of that in one place, so that someone can share their Achiever ID. An employer can actually see more than just the 4 or 5 things that the typical CV allows. So it's good that you have that, understanding that a CV is just not really enough at the moment, and then you have to do more. Especially how it's changing with the trajectory of careers and a whole lot of tech changing. Yeah. I mean, you just mentioned ATS, which I hate it, because it really discounts your skills. You really discounts you as a person. Yeah. So you just this another number, CV number 54. You're not a person. So it's good that you get that. All right. So what would you have done differently if you could track your skills properly from year 1? Or even before you started university, understanding this is the skills that I got from from school. This is my skills gap, and now I'm year 1. Start tracking. What would you have done differently?
I think that would have helped me a lot. Like I said, I think I talked to you about this before, about students. We actually do not know what we when we talk about a direct path to follow. We just do everything. We just try and catch everything possible. So if I knew okay, the goal is to be a data analyst. That's the goal. And I already know the path I'm supposed to be following, the things I'm supposed to be doing, the tech I'm supposed to be learning, and that's the straight path I'm following. Then I'm saving time, I'm being more efficient, more effective, because I'm not just doing everything because I feel, I need to do this. I'm not sure, but I'm still going to do this. So if I knew, this is the direct path I'm following, and I know it's 100% good, I'll just stick to that, and I'll save a lot of time, and I'll be more focused as well. Because when I was doing a lot of things, I wasn't focused, because I was doing this from AWS. I'll do AWS and I'll go to Power BI. From Power BI, I'm going to SQL. From SQL, I'm doing so much. So I wasn't focused in on one part. I just thought that this thing was going to help me get to this, but I wasn't sure. I just trying to gather as so many things as possible. So,
and then you do all these things. So the difference is understanding if it does actually create an impact on your employability as well, because sometimes you find someone who do less of those courses than you and they've actually bagged a role. But what caused that? And I think is the focus on actually becoming strong in one key area and just building on that. So what we're releasing timely actually in the next couple of days is my career growth plan on Achievement Meter, and it actually brings everything into one section of the platform that it then breaks it down into weekly habits that you can actually build your skills and compound weekly. So the highest impact thing that is based on your career path you would be able to then action those week by week so that you know that it's not overwhelming and you know exactly what, if you do this, it's moving you in this career direction much more successfully rather than doing 4 or 5 short courses that probably doesn't even have an effect or not going to make you more employable. I did that, if I'm being honest. So again, because not knowing if it does anything for you, if you look at my CV a few years ago, you see so many short courses that I've done to help me look more marketable.
Yeah.
When I send my CV across. But in actual fact, none of those really helped me. It's just my degree, my experience, and then the way that I kind of articulated myself in my CV around other things, not those short courses. So yeah, it's good to have, build your skills in a way that you can track, it's coherent, it's compounding, and that you know that these things that I'm working on, I'm creating this one area of my skill set. It's niche, but it's just what's going to make me great and stand out. And then, of course, other elements, which is your essential skills as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now that you know all these things, I think one of the biggest question is that what does career ready actually mean to you now, knowing all of these that you've just mentioned?
Makes it so much easier for me, and I'm no longer being pressured, because I felt like a lot of pressure, and fear as well, because you're like, I need to do this, I need to do that. I'm a very organized person. I like to be very, very detailed. So if everything that is set out for me, I just need to walk that path. Some people think you have to be different, but I learn from people. Yeah. You have to always learn. If you see this is the path that people follow, you just stick to that path. You know that, okay, my goal is this. What do people do now? And what got them to that place? I'll just follow that same path. Exactly the same. I don't need to do something different.
Yeah. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you said that, because what we're building in Achieve Meter is archetype. So essentially we're pulling not just your skills development, but how do people behave? What does your behavior have to do with your skill development? How do you think? How do you act under pressure? What are your decision making skills, and how does that help you to grow your career? So if you're going into data as a student, and we've got 1,000, 2,000 people before you that grow their career in that direction, what were the skills and the time that they take to develop those skills? What were the behavior, the kind of decision making under pressure, and all of that? And then we can say to you, as someone who's just starting into data, we have this data intelligence around that career path, and this is what you need to do for you to get a promotion or be hire ready within the next 6 months, because this is what we've seen based on the data that I've worked for others. So what you're saying is perfectly right. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just see what works and get it done as well, and let it work for you. So that's really, really good. Do you have any other perspective on what career ready actually means to you?
I think another perspective is that it helps. I don't know how to put it in words, but it helps people just trying to find the right words for it now. Because for me, even before uni, I had plans already. I thought it was like a straight path, basically. Then I found out it wasn't. So I think it helps people just know that if this is because I didn't have like a set goal, basically. I didn't have I was going to be this person. I was I was just going to go with the flow. Because I had I'm just vague. Tech is big. So I was anything tech, you find me there. But I don't just know the end goal of where I was going. So I think career ready also helps, even with when you have multiple end goals, that it's still going to help you know what you need to do, basically. With these multiple goals. Okay, you're not sure, but you just know you like data. You're not sure, but you also know you like computer science. You're not sure, but it's still going to narrow it down to what you still need to follow. So I think that is also a good thing.
Yeah, good perspective as well. It's just being able to prepare yourself for those scenarios in case it comes up. Yeah, great stuff. So if you can show an employer one thing beyond just your degree, this is what we're talking about, being career ready, because standing out in the market is quite huge. Because in your cohort, in your class, you would have quite a few people who's doing your degree, right? Yeah. So if you can show an employer one thing beyond your degree, what would that be?
I think it's just one answer: your project, your results. I think that's it. Because in this day and age, the degrees don't count no more. The companies are not just looking for the degrees no more. They want experience. They want to see results. They want to see hands-on. They want to see you can do it, because there's difference between theory and practical.
Absolutely.
Everybody can do theory, but practical is where the real work is. So I would say it's just you showing the projects you've done. And why I like my course is that we don't just do theory, we have practicals. I have projects already done already. So what is going to stand me out from even my other students or my other course-mates? I've done this, they've done it, but this is how I did it. This is how I've made it.
Yeah.
It's more personal now. This is their work, but this is my work. It's still the same work. We have like the same, but you see from my perspective how I came to the end product. You're going to see from their perspective they came to the end product kind of thing. So I think the project, the result is a very, very good thing. And I think that is why is especially in the tech sector now, if you're going to apply for the role, you need to show evidence. You need to show I've actually done it. It's not just putting your CV and say, I'm a data analyst, Power BI specialist. Okay, where's the evidence that you've done that?
It's great that you mentioned that, because we're building, which I just talked about, the micro growth plan. Within that as well, you can access what we call your proof-all. So all your projects you can put in there, and then you can share that by consent via your Achiever ID. You can share Achiever ID with an employer or whoever it may be that wants to see. Again, as a student, your CV can only say this, this, and this. Your projects can actually show a little bit more of your technical skills, your understanding of implementing those skills as well. So we have that verified proof that you can share as well. So start uploading your projects on there so that you can actually have that verified. So it's verified skills by any of your tutors as well, that you can actually request that they verify it, and then it comes back as verified. So it's all verified proof that your projects were actually done within university and build those technical skills. So really useful. So thank you so much for sharing all of that. I think now you understand what career ready is and being career ready. I think all of this kind of helps you to prepare. I think you've got another year in university.
Yeah, I just got one more year.
Yeah, so by the time you've reached halfway of that year, I'm expecting you to be fully career ready.
Well,
yes, indeed. All right, great stuff. So I got a video for you, and that is the last part of the interview. And so it goes like this: the more you have of it, the less you see. What is it?
The more you have of it, the less you see.
Interesting one. I mean, no one has got my riddle so far. So if you get it,
I did say that.
So if you get it, I'll be very impressed.
I'm expecting it in the career area, right?
It kind of aligns to the kind of, student vibe. I release more if you have a good guess. Have a good guess.
Have of it.
The less you see.
Okay, the less you see, not the less you have.
No, the more you have of it, the less you see.
You see.
Yes, 2 seconds.
Oh, come on. Why? The more I have of it,
the less you see.
We don't get clues.
It's a state. It's not a thing. It's a state, I would say.
A state?
Yes, rather than a thing. So the opposite of it is, I would say, the more you have, the more you see.
Oh, the opposite.
Opposite, yes. But this is, the more you have, the less you see. Tricky.
It's actually, I thought I was good at riddles,
I'm actually quite rubbish at riddles, so I'm glad I'm the one asking the question. Do you want me to give you the answer?
Yes, please. Let me.
The more you have, the less you see. The answer is darkness.
The more you... Okay.
That's a tricky one. I just thought I'd raise this because in the space of where most students are still in the dark about the career readiness and what it means, the riddle is kind of just there to kind of shine a little light on that. But of course, once you have the tools and the clarity, darkness lift, and then you have lights. Have career direction. So that was a little play on our conversation today.
My head was not getting.
All right, Prosper, thank you so much. I think a lot of the things that you said today will resonate with a lot of students, and again, a lot of people with maybe a lot of letters behind their name probably wouldn't have managed to say the things that you said. I think a lot of people they kind of hold their space when it comes to the truth about career development. As you know, a degree will tell you where you went, but it doesn't tell you who you become while you were there, and the gap that is between what you have done and what you can prove, like we've just mentioned. And I think that's a thing that's costing a lot of students opportunities every single day. So if you're a student listening to this right now in your first year, final year, or anywhere in between, you don't have to wait until graduation to start building your record. You can start today, and Achiever Meter is a career intelligence platform that's built exactly for where you are right now. So to prosper, keep building, and thank you so much for coming and being our guest of Voices of Career Reality.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Before we go, if today's conversation resonated with you, I want to speak directly to you for a moment. If you're at crossroads, if you're in transition, if you're working hard but not sure whether it's the right kind of hard, if you've been passed over and don't know why, if you have the ambition but not yet the clarity, you are exactly who this show is for, and you are exactly who Achiever Meter was built for. Achiever Meter is a career intelligence platform that tells you exactly where you stand, gives you a weekly action plan built specifically around your gaps, and builds a verified record of your growth that you can take to any employer and in any room that you get into. It's not a CV builder, it is infrastructure underneath your career. The thing that tracks what you actually do, verifies that you did it, and turns your progress into proof. Your career readiness score, your career growth, your next best actions, all in one place, built specifically for you. Go to app.achievemeter.com and start building. Your record starts the moment that you do. This has been Voices of Career Reality. I'm your host, Annalisha Noel. And until the next one, keep building.